What's up, Nail Geeks? I am back with Femme Fatale's December releases. We have the Tinsel Collection, Fiend of the Month shade, and the Color of the Month shade. These are stunning, you guys. Lots and lots of shimmers and super luminescent shades. Now, I do want to just make a real quick blanket statement before we dive in and state that I'm about to start spamming you guys with videos like crazy over the next few days. I think if I time this out just right, I should have 2 to 3 videos per day for you guys, so I'm not overloading over this next week. I have so much to show you guys. So without further ado, let's dive right in. First up is Ornate. This is a sheer copper base with strong olive golden shimmers that shift to teal, then pink at angles. So the formula pretty much on all of the colors in the Tinsel collection is this jelly type of feel with it. Some of them are a touch more creamy than others. Ornate has more of a jelly-like feel to me, but it's got just the slightest bit of a metallic feel when you're polishing, and I honestly feel like that's because it's just so loaded up with shimmer. So for the most part, on full coverage with this one, I'm going to suggest 3 coats on it. These are really going to depend on how you polish. So if you go in real light, I'm going to suggest 3 coats on it. If you go in somewhat normal like myself, I really just feel like 3 coats flattered it the best. It is a softer shade, but as you build it up, it definitely reaches opacity, at least for me at that 3rd coat, and so much strong shimmer. That base color leans pretty heavily flirting with being a nude on myself as a medium tone, and that shimmer though is so stinking strong in person and definitely has a pink shift. And next is Lambent. This is an orange coral base with strong pink to red to gold sheen that shifts at angles. So this one is very similar to Ornate. Once again, lots and lots of shimmer action. I think the base to this one also played up against my skin tone very strongly. So if you are medium to deep toned, I think it's going to have just a bit of a neutral feel on you. And in bright lights and in indoor lighting, you're going to see this gorgeous pinky type of shimmer action happening. This one also has a very strong gold sheen at angles. Now this one does have just the slightest bit of a cream feel on the brush strokes. And as a blanket statement for all of the polishes in the Tinsel collection, I'm going to suggest going in real light with those brush strokes just to prevent any type of streaking. When I went in softly with that brush, I feel like it helped me get really good coverage, but again, it's also to prevent streaking on your nails. So these dry down kind of flat, so I'm going to suggest a good glossy top coat to seal them all up and get that gorgeous, super glossy color roll from the shimmer. And next we have Bauble. This is a murky gray blue sheer base that is quickly overcome by a stunning pink to copper to green shifting multi-chrome. I'm really digging Sophie's description for these polishes. It's awesome. Now, if you are in the Femme Fatale Facebook group, the Femme Fatale Fiends, she did post a mood board, which she always does for her collections, and the mood board for this one is so spot on for her inspirations. And I mean, that's pretty much every collection that she does. They're just so beautifully perfect renditions of those mood boards, and this one was like tinsel-y type of stuff, so like that iridescent type paper feel, those types of textures and stuff. And I think this is just so indicative to that mood board. So if you haven't joined the Facebook group, I definitely encourage you guys to, so you can see that. And of course, get that Black Friday information if it's going to be posted. It will more than likely be posted in that group. So again, for Bauble, it has just the slightest bit more of a density to it than the previous 2. So I think 2 coats for this one is probably going to be fine for most, and you'll get tons and tons of shift. And next is Nacreous. This is a sheer wisteria purple base that is slightly pink toned, has a strong luminous green to blue to pink shifting sheen. Now this one feels just a bit more on that creamy side once again. I think it definitely depends on the base colors, might have something to do with the pigment or whatnot, but this one felt a little more creamy on those brush strokes. So this is just straight up shimmer action happening once again. I do agree with the official description. This is that kind of softened type of purple feel, but there's definitely a pink undertone happening with it too. I think this is another one that's going to play up with your skin tone depending on what undertone you have. But overall, I think this is going to be a pretty universally flattering shade, especially as you build it up here. You can get an idea that it is just so stinking luminous with that shimmer. Now in bright lights, you're going to see what you see on the video and in indoor lighting. And at angles, there is this lovely type of pinky shift to it. And of course, I'm also getting a touch of a blue at very extreme angles. So again, I'm going to suggest going in with a glossy top coat to finish this one off, and you will be good to go. And next is Lucent. This is a light purple base with strong gold lime teal sheen, and that also shifts at different angles. So this one is what I would consider a bit more of a true type of almost lavender sort of purple compared to Nacreous, which had that pink undertone. This one does have a bit more of a dense type of feel, slightly heavier than, say, the first two I showed you guys. And for opacity, I think most are going to be fine at 2 coats with this one. It has really nice coverage. And again, it's basically just this strong, shimmery type of overlay happening. So in indoor light and in bright lights, you're going to see what you see on the video, this very strong type of goldish cast, but there's definitely this lime type of undertone with it, and just a bit of teal at very extreme angles with that shimmer. So quite a bit of a warm sort of shift with it. And again, you are seeing a glossy top coat on my full hand shot. And next is Glisten. This is a sheer true clear summer sky blue with pink to gold to green shimmers that shift at angles. So this is so pretty. I do think that this base color is definitely a true type of blue, but I do want to note that the shimmer, I think, kind of plays up against that blue undertone, where it's almost got this periwinkle type lean to it, almost. And again, I really do think that's because of the shimmer. There's a ton of shift happening with this one. So in indoor lighting, you'll see this pinky type of cast with it, and at angles, it easily shifts over to gold and green. I think you're really going to see it in shaded or dimmed lighting. Really nice. Now this one also has that bit more of a creamy-like feel to the brush strokes, so I think 2 coats will be fine for most. And again, to finish off with a glossy top coat. I do want to apologize for my videos this week. You guys are going to see a little bit of bumps on a couple of my fingers. I apologize about that. Of course, for Black Friday week, I broke 3 of my nails on my swatch hand, and it wasn't so much that I was afraid of rocking shorties. It was also the fact that several of them were way past my quick line, so quite painful, but just please bear with me and just try to ignore any bumps. Overall, I had no problems in terms of texture or anything like that with these polishes. And next we have Sequin. This is a deep ocean teal with lilac silver green shimmers that shift at angles. So these last 3 I want to say are probably my favorite in the Tinsel collection. Again, blue biased here, but as you can see from the video, they're just so stinking pretty. So lots of shimmer action happening with this one. I do feel like the base color has just the slightest bit of a dusky feel compared to the others. And in bright lights and indoor lighting, you're going to see that really lovely silvery, almost purpley type of cast from the shimmer. And at angles, this one easily shifts over to green too. So lots and lots of shift with this one. I was absolutely honestly blown away by this collection. They are stunning, and even if you're not a shimmer lover, I think some of these, like Sequin, that has the slightest bit of a foil almost appearance to it, I think there's really something for everyone here. These are so pretty. Now on this one, you can see a touch of my smile line on this full hand shot here. So I wanted to note, in person, I didn't think it was that noticeable in terms of sheerness. And next we have Frosted. This is a sheer frosty pale blue with green, blue, purple shifting sheen. Now this one is the slightest bit on the lighter side compared to the others, but this one's my favorite, hands down. It's so gorgeous, and the shimmer to this one is just something else. Now this one, I'm really going to caution you guys against streaking on. You're going to want to go in very soft on those brush strokes. It self-levels very well and it stays exactly where you put it, so just trust that it will apply very nicely even if you go in very soft. So here on the second coat, you can see I've got quite a bit of a lovely buildup to it, but I'm going to suggest 3 coats for full coverage on this one. Or even if you wanted to say conserve your polish, definitely a color correcting base coat of some type, and I think you'll be good to go. Now on the third coat here, you can really see I'm going in pretty soft on my brush strokes and just kind of allowing it to self level out. And you can see just how strong that shimmer is. It's so pretty in person. Really lovely type of medium blue. And then that shimmer takes on this greenish type appearance with purple at extreme angles. It is very, very lovely in person. Now next we have the December color of the month. This one will also be available to stockists. So this is Midsummer Eve and is described as a forest green jelly base filled with an assortment of glitters in iridescent red, orange, and green, and metallic gold, copper, and lime glitters with golden stars. This reminds me of a throwback from early days of indie polish. It is really lovely. It's one of those shades that when you top coat with a glossy top coat, it is very juicy appearing, which you'll see at the very end here in a moment. I do want to note that on some of the larger glitters, you might need to do just the slightest bit of fishing with it, and use your first coat as a sort of foundation for when you go in with your second and or your third coat. So I did that on the first coat, and then now here on the second coat, I'm kind of doing that icing method sort of thing where I'm starting off and just kind of building a bit of a base near my cuticle. That way I can drop all of those larger glitters and then slowly spread it out across my nail. So when you do it this way, I think it really helps with bigger, heavier type glitters. And then you have that big drop of the glitters on your nails. And then if you need to go in, like what I'm doing here, and you can kind of carefully place where you want things. Now the base itself is super jelly, very juicy, a touch squishy, so you will definitely get that pond effect between your layers. So I do want to note that I did use a glitter smoothing top coat and a glossy top coat on the final look here. And next we have the Fiend of the Month shade. This is Milky Way, described as a medium sheer black jelly base filled with holographic glitters in an assortment of colors and sizes in silver, black, copper, red, blue, and gold. This is another one that knocked my socks off, you guys. I'm always saying I'm a big glitter polish fan, and this is exactly what I'm talking about. I love these types of full coverage glitters. On the first coat, it looks a little bit on the sheer side, but just wait in a moment. It really starts to pop like crazy for opacity on the second coat. So for full coverage, I'm going to suggest between 2 and 3 coats. Really going to depend on how you polish. And this is so stinking intense in person and sparkles. So I have this recessed light above me in the room that I swatch in, and I always love to kind of test the sparkle factor of glitter polishes when I turn it on. And this one, when I did that, it was like so sparkly. It was very pretty. Now the base is definitely this almost tinted black type of jelly feel to it. But overall, what you're going to see is this assortment of glitters on your nails. Super fun, lots of holographic goodness. Now this one wasn't textured per se, but I will note that it is on the thirsty side. So you're going to want to go in with either some type of glitter smoothing top coat or 2 coats of a glossy top coat, and you'll be good to go. Now I wanted to just discuss real quick the Fiend of the Month polishes. I feel like I haven't really described in detail how you grab them, so I do apologize about that, but I wanted to clarify that you basically join the Femme Fatale Facebook group. It's 100% free to do their membership, and when you sign up for their Femme Fatale Fiendling membership, it's 50 reward points for their shop. Again, they are a stockist, lots of goodies there, and they do ship international for those of you outside of Australia. And it's just super easy to join, and that's how you get access to purchasing the Fiend of the Month. Now, the Tinsel Collection, the Color of the Month, and the Fiend of the Month will launch and be available December 1st at 9 a.m. Australian time through December 5th at 9 p.m. Australian time. I know I'm getting this video up just a pinch early, but again, I wanted to really start on the Black Friday posts and all that good stuff. And if Femme Fatale does do a Black Friday sale, they'll definitely post it in their Facebook group. And then if I see it in time, I'll definitely link it in the comments here for you guys. But y'all are going to be hearing from me a lot this week, and I'm sorry, but not sorry, because I do have some really pretty things to show you guys. So as always, if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching.